Imagine this. You wake up with a splitting headache and a tremendous rumble in your stomach. You don't know how you got here, but what you do know is you battled a tremendous storm last night with your ship, and it looks like you lost. You look around, and you don't see any signs of civilization. You're going to be here a long time unless you can find something useful on your ship. Huh. A wooden axe and a piece of red wool. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Man, I really hope he stops doing those stupid intros. Alright, let's get ready to make a video here. Let's grab our tools. We'll get rid of this stuff here. We'll turn this back into grass so nobody knows I was here. Alright. Should be good. Alright, so let's make a video. Oh, get rid of that here. Alright. Let's get ready to go in 5, 4, 3. Hey there everyone, my name's Cole and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to build a spaceship. We're going to be using Worldedit. We're currently reverted back to Minecraft version 1.12.2. We're going to build this using creative mode, Worldedit, and I have an additional tool called CUI tools, which I'll show you the currently selected area. So this isn't going to be an in-depth tutorial on how to build a spaceship. It's primarily just going to be me building and you watching. If you're looking for a more polished video, then perhaps you can check out someone else's channel. So we're just going to build it, and I'll kind of take you through my building process and my thoughts as I build things, and I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start off here just with this. I usually start off with using red wool. Until I haven't decided on the color scheme that I want for the ship. I haven't even really decided what I want this starship to look like. So we're just going to build it first with red wool, and then we'll use Worldedit to kind of change things around. So we'll just kind of throw in a few blocks here. What I do know is I want the nose of the ship to kind of droop down, kind of like a witch's style nose. So we'll see if I can get that to show up here. Check that. See, I think that droops down just a bit too much. I want to go something like that. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that's drooping down too much. I think I want it to end here and not go down like that. So what we'll do is we'll expand this here like this. And get rid of that here. Get rid of that one. Maybe go here. Yeah, I think something like that. I'll play around with it a bit more, but I think that's kind of what I want to look for. Now we'll throw this here. See what it looks like. Another one there. So this is how I build pretty much. It's lay down a few blocks, go back a little bit, see what it looks like, lay down a few more, and then just keep doing that, and eventually it ends up looking like a starship. We'll cut these ones out. Maybe come back like that. And then pull this in like that. So usually when I'm building, I'll start off with the front of the ship and then work my way back. I only build half of the ship at a time, so it's not gonna be 100% symmetrical at first when I'm building, and then I'll use Worldedit to copy the selection, half of the ship, flip it, and then paste it in. So we won't worry about it looking 100% symmetrical right now. But I do kind of make the front symmetrical as I'm building it, just because it's such a small area. I kind of want to get a look and feel for what it's going to look like. I'll try that. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Okay, and I think I want to start here for the bottom part of the hull, for bringing that down. Because even with starships, even though they're in space, they still do kind of have a like an aerodynamic style design, so we do want to throw that in. Okay. All right, so I'm going to keep working on the front part of the ship here. I'll come back with you in a few minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see, I've done a little bit more here just on the front of the ship. I've adjusted the nose a little bit. Still not 100% with it. Well, I may end up actually deleting the droopy nose, which sometimes happens. You'll start building, or I'll start building a ship, and I think I may want something at first, and then as I get a bit more into the build, I say, no, I'm going to take it a different direction. So just some things about the ship here. I only have the one side done. I'll show you how to do a copy here in just a second. But this is what the cockpit's going to look like. It's probably going to be a 2 or 3 man cockpit, so it's not going to be very large. Like, this is not going to be a huge ship, but it's going to be probably about 2 or 3 people able to man this area. One of the things I think I'm going to try to do with this ship is normally I'd usually try to keep it kind of flat along this line, but what I think I want to do is try to get it to split upwards. So we'll have the main reactor area up here with the thrusters above the ship, kind of similar to the Star Trek ships where the nacelles are up and away from the main starships. So I'll see if I can try to do something like that, kind of like a split level style design. But I'm not sure. We'll see what we want to do, or we'll see what happens when we get there. So what I'm going to do right now is just kind of initiate a copy. So I'm going to copy what I've done on this side over onto the other side. The other thing is I started building the ship a bit too low. So I'm actually going to need to raise the level of the ship up. So I'll show you how to do that. So what I've done is you just left click one block with the wooden axe, and then right click the other. This red grid here, this is the CUI tools. So this shows you what's currently selected. So I don't have the whole ship, so what I need to do is expand it. That's wrong. I'm going to expand it down. Oh, actually, it's expand one down, sorry. Okay, so that gets the whole ship. And then you use your cardinal direction. So right now, where am I looking? South, so I'm facing south. So I'm going to look over here. I need to go to expand it to the west, and I probably need to go about 5 blocks. Oh, I did it again, sorry. So it's expand, number, and then direction. And actually it's west. All right, so that encompasses the whole ship for what I want to do. All right, so with these tools here, so now we have this selected. So now I'm going to issue the command to cut it, because I want to copy it, but I also want to get rid of it at the same time, and I want to raise it 1 block. I'll actually probably go 2 blocks just to make it easier. So we'll do that. So we'll do a cut. That cuts it, and then the way that it works is it copies what you're looking at from where you currently are. So what I'll do is I'll stand in one spot. I won't move. And then I'll go up 2 because I want to raise it 2, and then I'll do a paste, and so then that successfully raised it, the amount of blocks that I requested. So then I'll come back here and I'll get rid of this part of the ship. Yep, that's right. I did this a little bit messy. And then /SEL gets rid of your selection. All right, so that's successfully raised the ship. Now what I should have done is I should have did the raise, copy, and flip at the same time, but I didn't. So we'll need to go through and redo those original commands again. So we'll do expand 1 down, and then we'll do expand 5 west. Okay, so that's the whole selection again. So I'm going to stand in my one spot here, and we'll copy it to our clipboard, and then we'll flip right. Oh, sorry, we want to flip left, and then paste. Okay, and so there we go. So right now I'm building this ship odd, using odd numbers. So everything's going to come to one single point. If I wanted to make it an even numbered ship, I would just do this. So we'll undo that paste in, and then we'll lay down an additional block here, and I would just move over to the right. See, and then now we have a 2-block ship. So that's how you can convert from an even number design spaceship to an odd number. We don't want to do that. I want to build on the odd numbers, so we'll undo that, and then we'll paste it back in. So there's also other commands for rotating as well, which we may end up doing a little bit later. But this kind of gives me a good idea of what the ship's going to look like here. So it's yeah, the more I look at it, the more I don't think that this front nose is going to work. So I'll end up working on that for a little bit, and I'll come back to you and I'll show you what I have. Okay, so I've messed around with the nose a bit here off camera, and I think this is what I'm going to go with. I ended up just adding a few blocks in here, and then extending it out just a little bit right here. I mean, we're not going to end up with the droopy nose ship that I wanted. I've been trying to build a droopy nose ship for a long time now, but it just hasn't worked out. So sometimes they say you should never give up on your dreams, but if your dreams are really stupid, then perhaps you should. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep pursuing this or what. But anyway, so I've added an additional block down here. This way that I can just select when I go to do a copy or flip, I can just copy this block, and then I'll place another one up over here. So I can just click the 2 blocks, so I don't have to do any of the expanding stuff that I was doing before. So all I've done is this block just goes to the bottom, on the same level as the bottom of the ship, +1, and then in front of the ship +1 as well. And then when I expand the ship further back here, I'll add in another block as well. It just makes copying and flipping and pasting and all that stuff a lot easier. So we're just going to keep expanding the direction of the ship here. So I know I kind of want to have it a little bit longer here. I like to have a bit of a hallway that goes up into the cockpit. We'll just lay this down here and see. Because like when we go in here, we're gonna have like the main helm right here, and then probably a workstation facing this way and a workstation facing that way. So we're probably going to be looking at the wall to the bridge being right here, and then perhaps an entry door here or there. I'm not sure. Let's see, does that give me enough space? So up there, yes, and then we can go 1, 2, 3. All right, should probably pull this back another 2 blocks, I think. So maybe about here. Yeah, and that gives me a bit more space, so I can use this wall for like a map or something like that. We'll just kind of throw that in there just as a marker. I can use a different color wool for that as well, just to remind myself later. Okay. Yeah, and I'm going to probably pull this down another few blocks as well. And then that can come down about here. And there. Oh, that needs to go back another one, I believe. Maybe there. Yeah, okay. I think I like that a bit better. Maybe this one I need to expand this way. Okay, yeah, we'll see. All right. So when I want to fill in large selections like that, so I'll use Worldedit for that. And so the way that I'll show you how to build the command in just a second. So I've been doing this for a long time, as you can see here. So this iron ore, it says iron ore and then has the number. The number is the block identifier, and then below it says Minecraft :iron _ ore. When you're typing in your Worldedit command, you can use either or. I have a lot of the numbers memorized, again, because I've been doing it for a long time. But I'll show you the 2 different ways that you can fill an area using Worldedit. So I'm going to get the ID for red wool. It's 35:14, or you can do Minecraft :wool, and then I believe you can do an _red, I believe is how it works. So let's just try that. I usually just use the numbers, so I'll do a / set, not fill, and then it was 35:14. But we'll try the other one. So Minecraft set or sorry, Minecraft, sorry, set Minecraft wool, and then red, I think it is. Yeah, so that does that. So we'll change that to white so you can see that, and then that's white. So red. So a lot of blocks work like that. It's like the wooden planks and such. But anyway, so I'll just keep going and setting this. Sorry. How do I want to do this? I'm not very good at talking and thinking. So I hope you'll forgive me for that. Yeah, we'll just kind of keep pulling it back to about here. I'm only going to work about half the ship at a time, and then we'll do our copies. But I will occasionally go and work on both sides at the same time, just so I can kind of get a feel of what the ship's going to look like. We'll get rid of that selection. Yeah, I think I still need to pull in something a bit more up here, so maybe a bit more of a mohawk here. Perhaps like that. Actually, let's do, so just down right here, I'm looking at this bottom part here. So I think I want to go 2 right in front. I think that's 2. Yeah, that's 2. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so what's next? So I'm pretty happy with this front part of the ship. I may tweak the nose a little bit more, see if I can get that little witch's crook on there. We'll see. So one of the things I'm thinking about is if I do send the design to go up that way, we are going to need to put some wings on the ship. But how am I going to do that? That's what I'm currently thinking of, because right now would be the time that I would starting to put in wings. And if I am going to have it kind of shoot up in that direction, then I'm going to want to have the wings a little bit higher. So maybe we'll let's try throwing out some wings and see what it looks like. So when I don't know what I want to do or what I want the ship to look like, I'll just start throwing down a whole bunch of blocks, and then I'll sculpt it and just see if I get something that looks. So see if I can get something that I like. I don't really have a plan for what I want this part to look like. So it's really just going to be doing this, throwing down a lot of blocks, flying away, seeing what it looks like coming back. And I just do that over and over and over again until it forms what I'm looking for. Let's see how that looks. Now, obviously, I'll expand it down, both up and down, so it looks a little bit fatter and a little bit more proportional. A little something like that. And then this part will be raised up a bit. And then of course I'll do the same on the bottom side. Whether I make it an exact copy or not, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to play with this a little bit more off camera, and then I'll come back and show you what I have. Yeah, I'm just not 100% sure what I want this to look like, and it's just going to be me laying a few blocks, flying away, laying a few more, and coming back. So it's not going to be all that interesting to watch. So I'll come back when I have a little bit more done. Well, I've decided I don't like the wing. I've worked on it for about 15 minutes, and I can't seem to come up with a design that I like. So I'm just going to get rid of it. I think what I'm going to do, like a lot of my ship designs will have a wing that kind of comes off the side. It'll be it's on the side of the ship, but in the middle. I think I'm going to try something new. I'm either going to design it so that it comes off the top and then droops down a little bit, or perhaps I could do it coming off the top and bottom with a hole in the center, similar to the Romulan ships in Star Trek. Yeah, so I'll try forming that a bit, and we'll see if I can get something there that I like. So we'll start up here, go out like that, and then we'll kind of taper it like that, I think. We'll need to pull it back a little bit more. This will need to be extended down here. Let's try that. And then now would be a good time to come down, I think. Yeah, okay, we'll do it by 2s, I think. Maybe that one was a bit much. Put that there. I do 2, it'll be like that. I think 2 is too much. Yeah, I think 2 is too much. So we could probably do 2 there, and then 1 here. Yeah, like that. And then we can come down again. And then I'd be coming from the bottom at about here, I think. Yeah, that lines up. So we can do another copy here. And then we need to go down. I'll need to adjust that copy again. I did that wrong. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, so we'll do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. All right, so we'll do a copy. And then we'll go down 7. And then paste. Here we go. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll go here, I think. Yep, that lines up. And another way that we can actually copy would be selecting like this, and then standing right here, do a copy, and then come down here, and then paste. Just like that. And then we'll do the same on this side. So we want it to come up, back here, stand here, copy, and then come in here. There we go. Let's see how that looks. We'll pull this back a little bit more. Actually, we can just do this. So I have it saved, the command saved. There we go. Do that. Yeah, I have a feeling this is just going to be too narrow, because this is too thin. So I want to build it up, and really these should be expanded just a little bit more. Let's try this and see what it looks like. Okay, and then down. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. All right, so I'm gonna finish up this wing here. So I'm gonna do what I did before. I'm gonna copy this down here, and then I'll come back and show you what I have. All right, it's been about another 20 minutes or so, and this is the design that I settled on for the wing, I believe. It's a design I've never used before, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I'll probably need to do some more tweaking to the backside. Not sure though. But one of the things we need to decide on now is a color scheme. I know that I probably want to use these smooth stone slabs, but I'll need to find a block that goes along with it. I'll also need to do some corrections. Well, not some corrections. I can do this quickly right now. Actually, no, I can't do that right now. Yeah, because I only want this sort of covering on top of the wing section. So I'll need to actually do a copy. I'll need to copy and flip it over. So we'll do that right now. One of the things that I remembered is that when I am building these ships, it's easier to put the top block on the part of the ship that you've already built. So instead of at the bottom, so that way you only have to line up on one direction. So I'll put that here. I'll show you what I mean. So I'll select this one block, and then I'll come to the back of the ship, and then just select right about here, and that should be fine. So then we'll go up to our front part, and so that way I only ever have to line up just where I'm at the back of the ship, as opposed to finding the height as well. So I'm always just going and putting a block on the ground, as opposed to putting a block on the ground. And if the ship's 20 blocks tall, I'll have to lay the blocks on the ground plus 20 blocks. So it's always easier just to, when you're the part of the ship that you're building, to have that as the lowest point. So you're only ever it just saves time, probably about 2 minutes. Well, not 2 minutes, about 15-20 seconds of lining it up, if that made any sense. So anyway, we'll do our copy job here now. So we'll just go stand on our block right here, and we'll do our commands. So that's copy. Oh, sorry, 2 slashes. And then we're going to flip to the left, and then paste. And there we go. Get rid of our selection so we can see it. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. All right, and we'll figure out how we want this to look. Yeah, maybe something like that. And we'll select there, and then we'll fill that with, I think it's 44.0. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, okay, looks pretty good. We'll still need to expand this section back and along here, but we'll pick our color palette first. So we'll do that. The way I do that is I just lay down a handful of these blocks, and it's going to be hardened clay. The concrete is just too bright. I like it, but it's, I don't know, it just comes off as too bright when I'm building these type of starships. So like we'll decide on a color, and I'll show you what it looks like in hardened clay and also in the concrete, because we can just use Worldedit really quickly to change the colors. I like red. Red is my favorite color, so I'm always willing to use it. So we'll do that. We'll get the hardened or the concrete as well. That might work. Could try cyan concrete. Yeah, because I think we're going to want to have a stripe on the ship as well, so we'll need to pick a color that matches. We'll try the red concrete. So let's get the block ID for that. I'm going to write that down. 251:14. Get my pencil. All right, and then let's do our selection. Actually, let's expand it so we can do the whole ship at the same time. Let's say 25. Yeah, that does it. Okay. So we can do a replace command. So replace Minecraft wool. We can you don't have to use the modifier for red. We will, but you don't have to. If it's all one type of wool, it'll change all of the wool. But if you were building, say, the ship out of... Oh, no, I do want to do red, because on the inside I have that green line to denote where the cockpit is. So anyway, we'll use the modifier, and that way it'll only change red wool. If you used Minecraft wool, it would change all of the wool. And then we'll change it to... What's our number again? 241:14. That is not it. So let's undo. Go back into our inventory. 251:14. Sorry about that. All right, so let's hop in here and have a look. That's a bit hard to see with the grid. Okay, well, we'll try a different color. I actually may go with that red wool, or with that red concrete. That's 9. Yeah, that's not so bad either. I don't think it fully matches with this. We also need to expand one more. Yeah, I don't think it fully goes well with that. The red one does. Alright, so let's come back up here and we'll undo. And then we need to expand east by 1. There we go. Now we got the whole ship encompassed. So now let's try changing it to the red terracotta. So it's 159.14. Yeah, I think we'll try with the red concrete, actually. Because that goes, but I think the red concrete goes a bit better. Yeah. Okay. And then we need to find a secondary color. So I think we're going to have a stripe. We'll just kind of throw it in just to see what it looks like. I don't know how thick I want it. And then that's what it was. Yeah, I think we'll go with that color scheme. Perhaps. That may change. Yeah, so I'm going to expand the ship a little bit back. I've decided I'm not going to go with the idea where I pull the ship up over there and have the main reactors in there. I'm probably going to throw them either in these wings or on the back of the ship, and I might put weapons up in here. So I'm going to continue to expand the ship backwards. I think we're going to keep this kind of cylindrical design throughout, although I may expand it a bit at the back. So I'm just going to keep pulling that back, and I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Okay, so I've expanded the rear end of the ship. I think this is about the total length that I'm going to go with. I'll round out the back here a little bit and then throw on the rear thrusters and such. But I think that this is about the length that I want for the ship. You'll also notice that I changed this to... I said that I was going to use concrete, but when I did the last command in the previous segment, I actually set it to terracotta. So that's been corrected. It's now red concrete. But we now have a problem with this wing. With the length of the ship, the wing's not quite long enough. So we just need to expand it about 2 blocks. So we can go through and we can lay the blocks individually, or we can use Worldedit to do what we want to do. So I'm going to select, we want to expand it by 2 blocks. So I'm going to put a block there. And I'll come down here. And then we can just select. And then I'll pick a spot right here. We'll do our copy. Then move 2 blocks. 1, 2. And then paste. And then there we go. So that's expanded it by 2. So we'll do that for each of these other 2 sections as well. And then we'll get rid of our placeholder blocks. All right, so that's one here. And there. So we'll select that. And then again, I'll just pick two blocks on a flat spot. Copy, then move forward 2, 1, 2, and then paste. There we go. And then we ought to be able to do this whole section here at the same time. Copy, 1, 2. All right, there we go. All right, let's fly out and have a look at that. All right, it's certainly the width that I want. I think maybe I can go try this. Just have it at 3. Yeah, 3's a bit better. I'm not sure. Try expanding this out a little bit. how that impacts things. And maybe I need to tie this in a bit better here. Try that. We'll have to do some tidying up under there. We'll worry about that later. Yeah, that's a lot better, I think. All right, so let's copy that over. So copy, flip left, and then paste. Okay. We'll need to expand that blue line a little bit and incorporate it a bit more into the back. But yeah, I think that's good. I think it's a good wing design. We'll have to do some more tweaking around and playing with it, but I think this is it's a pretty good form. So yeah, so I'm gonna play around with the back a little bit, and I'll come back and I'll show you what I have. All right, so here we are. After about 2.5 hours worth of work, we have a Porygon. I didn't intend to make a Porygon when we started this video, but here we are. So this is the way that a lot of my Starships go. I intend or I have something in mind of what I think I might want to build, and then as I go into it, it completely changes. So at the beginning of this build, I wanted to have the front nose droop down like a witch, and then potentially extend up and outwards at the back, but neither of those two designs made it in, and it turns out that the main focal point of the design turned out to be these wings, which I'm actually pretty excited for. I really like the way that they turned out, and overall I'm pretty happy with the way that this ship turned out. So this is the outside hull. This is what we worked on today. I will be doing the inside of the ship in another video, which I'll bring you along for. I've run out of time for recording, and this video is getting a little bit long. Otherwise, we'd go inside and do some of that modification, or not modification, go in and do some of the design on the inside, but we'll leave that for another video. Since the last segment, I went in and added some landing gear as well as the rear thruster, and then modified the back end and put the color scheme throughout. So we'll just go in and have a quick look. We won't do any work in here. So as you can see, we kind of have this long sausage style design. So far, the only thing that I know that I want in this ship is the cockpit up front for about 2 or 3 people. And then at the back, we need to have the reactor section that's going to feed into the thruster. So yeah, there's the center of our thruster here. I'll just kind of break a hole there so I know where to line things up. And so yeah, this rear section here will probably be all engineering, and so then we have this section right here and this section right here for crew quarters. So we do have a bit of space that we can go down, not much here. I'll kind of just leave a hole here just for future reference, because it's going to be a few days before I can get back into playing. But we'll just kind of break this up in here to remind me that I do have some additional space to go downwards if I need. I don't have a whole lot of headroom up there, so I can't put in, like, say, a floor here and a floor here. But I could at least throw in some additional storage down there. So we'll just kind of leave that open there for right now. And yeah, we'll go there. We'll go from there next time. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. It's a new style of video for me. I've done one kind of other build log before where I took a church that I had built and turned it into ruins, but this is the first time where I've actually taken you through on building one of my starships. So it's a new format for me, and it's probably going to be a little rough around the edges. So if you do like what you see, just let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.